Hello and welcome to The GOAT, a Brian De Palma fan podcast. And this episode is just going to be an update on where the show is at right now and what you can expect moving forward, and then also a little treat that I thought might be fun to talk about. So moving forward, I'm going to be doing a series of solo episodes focusing on some of the earlier works of De Palma that I don't really anticipate getting guests for. We'll see how that goes. It'll be less scene-focused and more overall movie-focused, and I'll try to uncover the most De Palma aspects of those films. With that said, if you've been listening and loving the show and want to take a seat in the guest chair, I'd love to talk with you. If you have an internet connection that's stable and the ability to connect to a microphone to chat with me, please go to the website that I will include in the links in the show notes and just fill out the contact form, and we will set up a time to talk the movie and scene of your choice. I look forward to it. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you for listening. A lot of times when I'm connecting with my guests, we get right down to business, and I don't really get to do any kind of pre-show chatter. So I do want to let you know that I appreciate seeing that people are listening to this show and enjoying it. And I know I always like hearing from Carolina Charles on the YouTube feed. Seems like a big De Palma fan. He always takes the time to comment on the episodes, which I really appreciate. And he's got some great insights as a De Palma fan. Now, as I was getting ready to start going through De Palma's filmography, I went down to the unproduced or unrealized projects section of the Wikipedia page, and there's a lot of great unrealized projects. Most directors have projects that never went for whatever reason. But one that jumped out to me was a potential Jim Morrison biopic starring John Travolta. I just saying it out loud makes me think what could have been. So apparently an official Doors biopic with Travolta was never seriously considered because the band didn't think Travolta had what it took to portray Jim Morrison. And this would have been in the early 80s. So much like the Janis Joplin secret Janis Joplin biopic, The Rose, De Palma developed a script called Fire in 1982 that was sort of a loose look at a Jim Morrison type character who fakes his death. The script's online, and I've read it, and it seems like it would have been a really, really cool and different De Palma film. It follows a journalist who is in South America reporting on a story when he swears that he sees deceased rock star Jake DiNardo. And basically the rest of the movie is him sort of going through and talking to the people that knew Jake and detailing the final year or so of his life. So there's a lot of flashbacks, and there's a lot of parallels between Jim Morrison's real life, which is kind of neat. They take the Miami indecent exposure arrest that Morrison had, and they ramp it up to be actual sex on stage with a minor in Atlanta. Again, really, really fun script, and as I was reading it, I was picturing De Palma directing it, and I totally saw it. I reached out to Jeff from De Palma a la Mode, the excellent website, and just asked him if he had any sort of information about this, and he mentioned that much like I had discovered, this was a project that De Palma was circling right after Scarface, before Body Double. He ended up making Body Double instead. But he did give me a little nugget that sort of helps connect the dots to another De Palma project. And he said that Bruce Springsteen was possibly going to write the songs for the fictional band in the movie, Fire. And, of course, that didn't work out. And Jeff was sort of wondering if possibly that song, Fire, that Bruce Springsteen wrote for the Pointer Sisters, was originally intended for De Palma's film. It also gives us a connection between De Palma and Springsteen. And as we know, De Palma went on to direct the Dancing in the Dark music video that has a plot that's similar to a sequence or idea in the Fire script. So as we go along with this show, I'm going to plan on sort of taking a look at some of De Palma's unrealized projects, especially if I can find scripts for them, and talk about them, because I think it's a fun exercise to see what could have been or what happened in a alternate universe. So again, if you have enjoyed the show and you're taking the time to listen, thank you. If you want to take it a step further and join me as a guest, just go to the website and click on the contact form, and we'll set it up. Thanks.